Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Jay the One Gamer video. It has been a while since I made one of these, apologies on that, but we are drawing ever closer on the GranBlue Fantasy Winter Festival stream, and it is a stream now because unfortunately the main event itself that it's housed in, that takes about 3 to 4 days I think, has been canceled, but the stream event is supposed to contain everything we would get from those 4 days, so that means the reveal of the new Divine General, anything on Versus, but what we really care about in this video is specifically anything on Relinks, and they have promised us, obviously, that they were going to reveal the release date for GranBlue Fantasy Relinks, hopefully with both the Japanese and Western release dates not being too far apart, but hopefully we also get a slew of brand new information as well, like maybe characters, the roster size, which is going to be the topic of this video, and other aspects. But speaking of the roster size, I want to give my thoughts on what I think the base roster is going to be. Before I do that, I want to let you guys know that this is not a spectatory video of like who I hope makes it in. I am going to reference some characters, but I did already make a top 10 characters list I hope make it into GranBlue Fantasy Relinks as playable characters. Damn, that's a long name. That should be in the icon right now or in the description box if you want to check that video out. I hope you do. I enjoyed making it. But moving on to that, before I actually tell you what I think the roster size is in my opinion for the base game, let's go over who we know is confirmed in the game so far. As of, I believe, last year, we have a concrete information of how many characters so far are playable. Minus 2 characters, who I'm going to tell you right now are going to be Vern and Luria, because obviously they're not going to be playable characters, I think. But going forward, we do have 6 characters, that being the main character, Catalina, Rakum, Eel, Eugen, and Rosetta. And along with last year, also, we got the confirmation that the Dragon Knights, the best boys in the game, also are going to be made playable, with my boy, the #1 badass of all time, Siegfried, being announced alongside Percival, Lancelot, and Vayne. And if you guys don't know this, also many years ago we did get the reveal that both Fairy, Charlotta, and Medera are going to be in the game as well. Fairy, she was revealed actually in the very first reveal trailer for the game. As for Medera and Charlotta, they were actually revealed in screenshots, the same with Percival and Lancelot as being revealed playable characters. With all that out of the way, we have 13 playable characters right now if we include the 3 that I just mentioned. Now, my prediction for the base roster size is a whopping 30 characters. Now I know what you're thinking, why 30 characters? Well, remember, this game is not a Muso game, so we're not expecting huge numbers, but at the same time, this isn't a standard action JRPG where you're just going to have maybe 6 to 7 characters in the main party at all times. No, because remember, this is also going to be online, so you can play with your friends, but they also want to encourage you to make your own 4-man teams, and since we have a 4-man team, you need a lot of characters to fill a lot of roles, because honestly, let's be frank about this, I don't think they're going to let you run a whole duplicate team. 4 Siegfrieds would be pretty freaking awesome, but I highly doubt Side Games is going to let us get away with that. With 30 characters, I feel like we need enough characters that can fit into whatever archetypes is going to put into the game, you know, like DPS, defense, healer, all that, and it will be a wide variety of characters, and that does give you a decent amount of characters to pull from. Obviously, most of the characters I have talked about so far that have been revealed, they are part of established teams in the canon of the world. Charlotta is also it, but she's the captain of the team, but I don't see most of her characters making it into the game. And Medera and Fairy are kind of like isolated incidents where they're connected to people, but they're not recognized as a group. With that, I kind of hope we get more characters like that who aren't part of a pre-established group. Characters like Nermaya, Gawain, and Magisa kind of bring the bell just for that. But then I also feel like during the festival, we might get the reveal of, I think, the second biggest team in GranBlue Fantasy, at least from my personal opinion, and that's the Society members. And if you guys don't know who they are, essentially think the Dragon Knights, but they're dealing with like sci-fi elements and space, and that team consists of Zeta, Vasaraga, Beatrix, Eustace, and Ilsa. But yeah, pretty much guys, that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to make this little spectatory video, get it out there, and see what you guys feel like. So please, in the comments, feel free to leave me messages about how many characters you think are going to be in the base roster, who do you think might be in the base roster, who do you hope is going to be in the base roster, and heck, you know what, even ask how many DLC characters we might get, because you know, considering how faithfully Side Games is supporting Versus, I'm pretty damn sure Relinks is going to get a lot of support too. And like I said, we're not that far away from the stream itself, and I just cannot wait. I'm so hyped for anything GranBlue at this point. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I want to thank you very much for watching the video. I want you all to be safe out there. I want you all to have a great day, and remember, let's rock!